This right here is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Now you've probably seen some of my videos before about this particular device, but in this video I'm going to show you why this is the best and only camera and the only equipment you're ever going to need to make YouTube videos. Now the first great thing I want to talk about with this is the price. Now it is incredibly aggressively priced and it sits nicely in a little bracket of its own really, and this caters to so many people. Now you can use this as a main camera for your YouTube videos if you're on a budget. It has an incredible 1-inch sensor, which I'll talk about in a minute when we get to another part of the video, but the price is just over £400 here in the UK just for the Osmo Pocket 3, or if you get the Creator Combo it is £619, and that will give you a whole bag of accessories. You get the bag with it and a whole bag of accessories, which I'll come on to a little bit later. But just for that alone, the price is so well priced, because you've got things like entry-level cameras that are priced similar to that, like the Sony ZV-E10 Mark 1, that are priced similar to this. Yes, it has a slightly better quality sensor because it's an APS-C sensor, but ultimately it's not as portable as this. This literally, as the name suggests, can fit in your pocket, and that's where we get onto the second thing, which is the portability of it. Now this is used by such a wide variety of people. It's used by filmmakers as a B-roll camera or a behind the scenes camera. It's used by vloggers who want to just walk around with a simple camera that they can vlog on while they're walking around. It's used by families to record all their family vacations. It's used by YouTubers to just film talking head videos or videos when they're out and about, or B-roll or anything like that. It is so portable, and as the name suggests, it fits in your pocket, and it is incredible. You don't have to carry some big massive setup with you. You don't have to carry a load of equipment and lenses and microphones and gear and all that in your pocket and try and set it all up every time you want to record something. This literally fits in your pocket. You take it out, you hit record, and you're good to go. That is one of the greatest assets for this device. Next is the quality. Now this has a 1-inch CMOS sensor, and you can see the sensor if I hold it close to the camera, hopefully it'll focus, and it is a pretty good sensor. It's a 1-inch sensor. It performs incredibly well in low light, and if you turn it round you can see, if it focuses right, you can see that you've got this nice little OLED screen as well. So if you're recording yourself, if you turn the camera around, you can flip the camera around and then you get this image here, so you can see yourself whilst you're recording and make sure that you're in focus and everything like that. And the quality on this is absolutely amazing. It is 4K, it records up to 120 frames per second, so you can get that nice slow motion. Also, you can use this as a webcam, so you can see this little, it's got a little USB-C port here at the back of this little 3/4 inch thread attachment, which comes with the Creator Combo. Now these legs are not included. This is the Manfrotto tripod legs that I got from Amazon. These are about £50, I think. I'll leave a link in the description for these. So you can plug your USB-C attachment here and then have it standing up and use it as a webcam. And there's just been a firmware update where it can now record at 4K and the active track works. So it will track you when you're moving around if you use it as a webcam, which is pretty decent. So if you don't have a webcam and you have a lot of meetings or Zoom calls or whatever, or you just want to level up your camera quality, you can use this as a webcam. But this performs incredibly well in daylight, even at night time. The low light performance is really good for a pocket camera. Now this, I think, is the gold standard. Now it is sold out across the UK at one point. I think you can get it available now, but at one point, a couple of months ago, you couldn't get this anywhere. It was sold out everywhere, and there was a waiting list on the DJI website, on Amazon, on Best Buy. Everywhere was sold out. Just because it's such a high demand camera, because it's aggressively priced, the quality is amazing, the portability is amazing, and it's just an overall brilliant package for anyone who wants to make good quality videos. Next up, another great thing about it is the Creator Combo. Now, if you get this on its own, like I said, it's 400 and something pounds if you get it on its own. But if you get the Creator Combo, it's £620 in the UK. I think that's about $650 in the US. And you get this bag of goodies with it. Now, what you get in this bag is a set of tripod legs, which you can use with that 1/4 inch thread to screw into the bottom. You get an external charger, so the battery life on the Osmo Pocket 3 is really good. I think it can go for like an hour and a half, 2 hours without any sort of issues. And just while I'm on that, when you're using it in webcam mode, so if you're doing a presentation or delivering training, I've used this before for a live webinar and I recorded for over 2 hours. It was hot, but it didn't overheat or turn off. So it can run for long record times as long as you've got it plugged in and a constant charge to it. But you get the battery, which gives you an extra 60% of charge, and this also has fast charge. So you can plug it in for 30 minutes and it will get about 80% charge from dead to within 30 minutes. So just a quick charge, plug it into a main outlet and you'll get 80% back. And this gives you an extra 60% juice on top of it. Then you get the DJI Mic 2, which is one of the best industry standards for lavalier mics you can get. And it comes with this little wireless, this little dead cat on top as well. Now, the great thing about this is this records internally. It's got internal storage. So you can either record directly to the Osmo Pocket 3, or you can just hit the record button and record the audio separately and then sync it up when you're editing. So if you've got another camera, like my Sony a7 IV here that's recording now, I can just turn this on, record the audio on this, and then sync it up in post like that. But with the Osmo Pocket 3, you can see that little green bar on the top. That indicates that the lavalier, that the Mic 2 is connected, and the audio is now being baked straight into the camera. Okay, so now we're recording directly onto the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. You can see what I mean about the quality of this thing. Now, I've just had this on that set of tripod legs like I just showed you earlier on, and the active track is enabled, which means that if I walk around or move around the frame, it will follow me automatically. Now, another thing I love about this is it has a built-in gimbal. So if you're running or using this while you're out on a run or while you're filming dogs or kids running around, it just is so smooth. It's such smooth footage. The only thing it doesn't have is what's called a Z-axis gimbal, which means it doesn't have it going forward. So if you're going forward, you will get a little bit of bouncing up and down. But if anything's moving side to side, it is incredibly smooth. And like I said, that 1-inch CMOS sensor is phenomenal in low light. So if you are looking to invest in a camera and you're not sure what to get, there's so many options out there for you to think about and so many for you to choose from, but this one is an absolute game changer. I've used this in so many videos, and you can check out all the videos on my channel that I've recorded with this, but I've recorded this for so many different things. And anytime I go away anywhere, or I go out for a walk with the dogs, or go out to visit family or anything, I always pack this bit of equipment in my bag with the little bag of goodies, because if I get inspiration to make a video or I just want to record some B-roll, I can just take it out and record. And it is such a simpler setup than having my Sony a7 IV with my lenses, with a shotgun mic, with a tripod, with a gimbal. So then you've got to carry all of that gear with you. And then if you want to record something, you've then got to get it out, put the lens on, put the microphone on, put the memory card in, set it all up. Now, this as a contrast is just so much better, and I think anyone should have the Osmo Pocket 3 in their arsenal. Even if you're a professional filmmaker and you've already got a professional camera, whether that's Canon, Sony, whatever, I would have this as a B-roll camera or an extra camera to have in your bag, because it is phenomenal. And if you've haven't got a camera at all and you're looking to get one and invest in one, you cannot go wrong with this. This is something that will last you a few years. So what are the downsides to this? There's got to be some negatives to it, right? Because like with any product, nothing's ever perfect about it. Well, number one for me with this is the durability of it. Now, it's not waterproof at all. So if you take this out in the rain or you end up dropping it in water, it will be ruined and you can't use it again. Number two is the fact that it is just, you can't drop it anywhere. Like if you drop it, get dust on it, damage it, you'll damage the gimbal with loads of small little moving parts, you'll damage the screen, you'll damage the camera lens. There's so much that can go wrong with it if you drop it. So I would highly recommend that you don't drop it. So it's not very durable or waterproof or anything like that. Another thing is, even though the quality is incredible, it isn't as good as a proper mirrorless camera. So if you look at my Sony a7 IV, for example, or even the ZVE1 or the ZVE10, whatever you want to get as an entry-level camera or a professional camera, it's not going to be quite up to that standard. You can tell the background blur isn't as prominent as in my Sony camera. The color science isn't as prominent as in my Sony camera. So you have to weigh that up. So if you want that professional looking image, then get the ZVE10, because it's the same price as this. If you just want something that you can take with you as a run and gun setup that's incredibly easy, incredibly simple, incredibly beginner friendly, then I would definitely get the Osmo Pocket 3. And if you want to look at all the features of the Osmo Pocket 3 and see it in a number of environments, then watch this video up here next.